Good evening, folks. We have our Omaha 8. The season is almost over, unfortunately, but a champion will be crowned, and it might be the Carolina Tar Heels. What a weekend it was down there in Chapel Hill. All three of us were there to witness it. It was a great weekend, was a great 2 weekends of baseball. Me and Reed were blessed with the opportunity to cover the regional for Carolina. Curveball this past weekend was an absolute blast. Tonight, folks, we're going to recap that. We're going to recap other super regional action, as well as get into some Omaha predictions, talk about our predictions from the beginning of the season, just kind of a whole hodgepodge as the season is unfortunately coming to an end. We will not get into any transfer portal talk today. I want to go ahead and say that while there's baseball still being played, I don't want to talk about that because we have all summer to talk about the transfer portal. I know that's what a lot of people want to know. We will have content out regarding the transfer portal, guys exiting, guys coming in, coming out soon. But tonight we're here to talk about the baseball that is still being played. Reed, how's it going, sir?
I'm doing well. Hope y'all are too.
Yes, sir. Braxton, how's it going, sir?
Boy, Reed. It's going well. That was one of the greatest weekends of baseball. I think I've been fortunate enough to watch in a while. Just had an absolute blast at the Bosch on Saturday and Sunday. You know, when the Heels lost on Friday, I texted you guys in the group chat. I was like, I'm gonna have to come save these guys again. Um, but last year after the feeling we had, me and you, Reed, walking out of the Bosch after losing, getting double dipped by Arizona was, this just completely makes up for that. I think it was just the fashion that we were able to turn that series around and win. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't the, cleanest way to do it, but nonetheless, they get it done. And, they're the only team of the last, what was the stat? The last 3 years, the only repeat team. There's 27
Yeah.
total teams that have been to Omaha in the last 3 years, and I think Carolina's
No,
the only
23.
or 23. That's right, because it'd be 8 each year. 23 different teams, and Carolina's the only repeat. So I think that's a testament to Forbes, a testament to the program, the coaching staff, and it really should have been 3 out of 3, right? But they've just done a tremendous job elevating this program to a top 3, top 4, top 5 program in the country every year, year in and year out. So really excited to watch them play. We'll talk about their matchup and how they have a favorable side here, and I'm just really happy that we get to watch them another week. So,
Reed, your thoughts on Shaw Will, sir?
Yeah, Braxton touches on it. Yeah, it was an incredible weekend. Incredible 3 games. What an ending it was yesterday. Just glad we were able to all be there to witness that, and that we still have one team left in the Carolinas here in Omaha. So yeah, that's 3 years of doing this. We've been fortunate enough to have one team from the Carolinas each year in Omaha.
That is correct, sir. And it was a wonderful weekend of baseball, not only in the Carolinas and Chapel Hill, but around the country as well. Reed, unfortunately, Reed, your prediction of the SEC having a down year, they have 5 teams in Omaha take
A
up more than
record.
50% of it, a record. Tobin, your thoughts on that, sir?
Yeah, unfortunate. But the good news is that 4 of them are on the right side of the bracket. So yes, it's guaranteed that at least one team from the SEC will play in the national title. But I'm glad they can just beat up on each other on that other side.
That is true, Tobin. So should we even play the season, or should we just have the SEC just play the SEC tournament and the champion be that? Because I've seen some shit like that on Twitter. It's been absolutely ridiculous. Some other great stories, Reed, before we get into Chapel Hill specifics. Troy, shout out Troy, 30 loss program going to Omaha. Pretty cool, Reed. We touched on it a few weeks ago that you actually got to see this team in person, and ECU beat them. Pretty cool story there. And then the story of the weekend is West Virginia. Just so great for that program. Also want to say hopes and prayers to everyone okay in Morgantown. That storm that took the tent on Randy's Ridge. people hanging on to the tents was very devastating. Heard about some serious injuries. Just hope everyone is okay there. That kind of took the media by storm this weekend, all that going around, but hope everyone's okay. Happy for West Virginia, happy for Morgantown, and pray for Rocco's because West Virginia is going to run up a tab there. Right, Tobin?
They're going to push LSU. If they're around for the whole week in Omaha, they will push LSU's record to the brink.
That is correct. Reed, let's go ahead and knock out this Chapel Hill regional. Reed, game one, I was there for the first couple of innings. And Reed, you can maybe blame me if you want to. You said you were going to blame me. I left when the Heels were up 5-1. And then as soon as I leave, Reed, the grand slam happens. And the Heels drop that one. And I was just absolutely shocked. I was driving back, listening on my phone, and I was like, oh, my gosh, what in the world is happening? But in my attendance the last 2 weeks, the Heels are 5-0.
Yeah, well, yeah, since you left, I guess that doesn't count as a loss. Yeah, for those of you that do not know, Kaysen said to me as he was getting up on Friday that this game was over. I was like, there's a lot of baseball left.
Pause. Time out. I'm not going to sit here and let you say that because Braxton, in the 8th inning, he said to me probably 3 times in a row, this is over. This is over. This is over.
Fair enough.
That doesn't surprise me either. He was probably saying it on Sunday, too.
This is over.
That's
No. No, that's what I'm saying. On Sunday.
Oh, on Sunday. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
on Sunday.
I thought you meant
No.
the same game that you left when.
No.
Like he was
on Sunday.
He probably was though. He probably was texting you on Friday, like, "This is your fault. This is over." And then we still had.
He actually did not text me because as soon as I saw the grand slam, I texted him, "I'm sorry." Did not get a text back till 11 p.m. that night, so he was not thrilled.
No, but yeah, game one, Ryan Lynch. I thought he pitched a really good game for Carolina too. Like he has this postseason so far. And, he runs into a bit of trouble there in the 6th inning, and Forbes elects to pull him there with 2 outs and surprisingly brings in Walker McDuffie. I was kind of wondering that decision. And, McDuffie, he gets an unfortunate ball 4 call on that full count pitch. If they have ABS, the inning's over. And then, he just hangs the slider there to Dean Carpentier, and he made him pay for it. Absolute missile out to left field. And then, I think that just knocked Braxton. I think that just knocked the absolute energy. I think they just stunned the Heels a little bit too, because they were unable to get anything going offensively after that for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it. I mean, that was the one game I wasn't at, and it definitely looked like on the broadcast. And I talked to some of the people in my section, like they said the crowd really was pretty dead after that big inning. And then obviously, credit USC there following it up with some insurance runs too, and kind of just killing off any hopes that Carolina had. But, and just kind of going off of that, I want to give a lot of credit to USC in general. I think they really played an outstanding super regional. Maybe a couple things you can point at in terms of coaching decisions and, pitchers getting pulled here or there. But I just think that they really showed well in this super regional, kind of on a national stage. I think it ended up being the only series that went 3, right?
Correct. 7 out of the 8.
So, I mean, from that standpoint alone, it had a bit of a pedestal nationally. And I think, DeCaro having his stuff, I know we're probably talking a little bit about Friday right now, but I just want to talk about DeCaro, how impressive it was for him to bounce back after his regional outing. And I think that really won the series there for Carolina, just kind of giving that confidence back in the fans. And, on Sunday, we never really felt out of it, despite them kind of just clawing and getting a few runs on a couple of Glauber mistakes. But going back to Friday, I think you said it best, Reed. Lynch had a really good day. Yes, you can look back and say maybe Forbes should have left him in for one more batter. But I think, if anything, they probably should have gone to Rose there with the lefty up. Obviously, McDuffie's not as good against lefties. He does end up walking the lefty, and the righty hits a home run off of him. So, it's not that big of a deal. I think, like you said, he just kind of made a bad pitch, and, credit USC Carpenter for taking it deep. But, I was really impressed with this USC team. I think their defense, other than the last game, their last few innings was phenomenal. Their pitching and defense is kind of what they've built on all year. And it's a big reason why they started undefeated. And then their offense came along, the Lopez guys and some of those guys at the top of the order were really tough outs all weekend. So credit to Lynch, though, had a really good start. And, yeah, they put themselves in a tough spot. Losing first game, I don't know the exact statistics or the numbers, but I'm pretty sure like less than, is it like 20% of the teams that lose their first game?
I'm not sure.
Hold on, I just saw a tweet about that. Let me look it up.
It might be 25%.
Reed, fill some time real quick.
But yeah, I had some other positive things I took away from Friday. Carolina really hit Mason Edwards hard. A lot of loud outs too. They've really made him work too. I didn't think Mason Edwards was as sharp. He had some command issues too. Walked 4 batters. I mean, he only went 3 1/3, I believe.
Yeah.
Which was crazy to think, considering how dominant he's been all year. And then once USC took the lead and they brought in Andrew Johnson there to come get like the 8-out save or whatever it was, they brought him in. I mean, he just fooled the Carolina lineup. They couldn't get anything going against him, and we'll have more on him here in a second.
Yeah, I could not find that tweet, no, but it's very, very slim.
It is the first time that Carolina has lost the opener of a regional, super regional, that they ended up winning a regional.
Wow.
Crazy.
And then Saturday, it was the Jason DeCaro show.
Yeah. We talked about it on our preview show. The key for him was really just being able to command and locate his off-speed pitches. And boy, did he do that tremendously. I mean, he was all around the zone. He was efficiently getting into 0-2 counts against them all day. I think they had 2 hits all day. Yep. He had a solid number of strikeouts too, which is not really like him as well.
I think was it 9, I believe?
Yeah, I think it was.
He had 9, but his first strikeout was in the 4th inning.
Yeah, I mean, that really tells you. And also, his velo was up late in the game too, which normally
he hit 96 on his.
Because I looked over at Reed in the 4th inning, and I said, "Is that his first strikeout?" And we looked and we saw, and he was sitting at 92, 94, but then in the 9th inning he hit 96.
Yeah, on his 112th pitch.
On his
I thought he got better. Yeah, I thought he got better as the game went on. Which is create the amount of pitches he threw. But with Carolina's season on the line too, and he's been your ace all year, and he's pitched in big moments in the NCAA tournament, and he hasn't had his best stuff the past 2 weeks, past 2 starts. I mean, boy, did he! I mean, by far, hands down, the best game of his career in a UNC jersey. Like I said, with the season on the line too. I mean, he was never in trouble the whole game too. I mean, 2 hits you talked about, Braxton. I think he first pitch strike on 23 out of the 31 batters he faced. USC didn't have a runner touch second base. I mean, it was about as easy of a game you could throw, stress-free. But, offensively, Carolina could have blown that game open multiple times. I mean, boy, did they have chances. But, I mean, like you said, credit to USC. Their pitching is that good, and defensively, too. They were really good. But, yeah, Colin Heineck and Eric Paulson had some big solo home runs there, and then a couple of timely sac flies, too, was the difference in that game.
Yeah, 100%, Reed. I think those solo home runs by Heineck and Paulson were absolutely huge, especially in a game like that, right, where you've got a pitcher on the mound that's dealing. And, you need to find a way to just scratch a few runs across. Like you said, sac flies come into play, moving runners with less than 2 outs, things like that. But to get some solo home runs, especially Paulies, just going the other way like that, I haven't seen a lefty do that at the Bosch in a long time. I think back to maybe Ashton McGee, someone like that. That's Bush. A tough. Yeah, maybe Michael Bush. That's a tough way to go for a lefty at that park. So I was really impressed by that swing. But, going back to DeCaro, you knew he was going to finish that game too. Like there wasn't even a chance we were going to see Glauber. I thought maybe we might see McDuffie just to kind of bounce back, but I think he just was like, no, just give the ball to DeCaro, let him finish. And it's just huge to see him do that a week, now that we've actually gotten through and gone to Omaha, knowing that he's going to pitch again and he just had that good of an outing. Like, I don't care who he's up against. I'm assuming he'll throw in the second game. I think they'll keep it on there. So that would mean he would throw on Sunday against whoever it would be, and hopefully it's in the 1-0 game. But I'm fully expecting to see Lynch go against Ole Miss unless they see something in the matchup that maybe DeCaro can have some success against that offense. But I'm super, super stoked to be able to watch him pitch again at Omaha, which he did do as a freshman 2 years ago. And who did he throw against? I know he threw the first game. Was it Virginia?
Yeah, Virginia.
So I'm really excited to see him throw. 2 years older now on the same stage, really going to be at his best, you would think, and a lot of eyes are going to be on him. So just cannot wait to see that happen.
In a pitcher's ballpark too.
And then also McDuffie and Lynch, two guys, and also Glauber and Rose. Like this is their first outing in Omaha as well. So I'm really excited to see this whole staff. I think DeCaro is going to be the only arm possibly that throws, unless Boaz does. That's thrown in Omaha, and I don't even think Boaz threw in Omaha yet.
I can't remember if he got hurt midway through.
And Matty Mateus has thrown in Omaha, so I think just speaking on experience wise, we're going to see a lot of guys, and I'm assuming obviously none of these teams have been in Omaha, so it's going to be the same for those guys too. But just really interested to see how they perform on the stage. But I have full faith in that they'll do well.
Is Ole Miss going to go with Hunter Allen?
Hunter Elliott. It'll be him or Taylor Rabe.
Yeah, we'll figure out later in the week. Probably get an idea. But we did see today they announced that it is going to be the night game, the nightcap, 7:00, which is going to be really cool. And that day game is going to be awesome too, West Virginia and Troy. So I'm really excited for Friday. But we can talk about Sunday now if you want.
Yeah, Casey, do you want to give your thoughts? We'll let you go first.
Yeah, it was just an absolute unreal baseball game. I mean, in the first inning, when Glauber had his balk.
Yeah.
I mean, Glauber had some moments in that game where he had some freshman moments, whether it was diving, trying to barehand the ball. I mean, I absolutely love the effort, but I mean, I just don't think you'll ever see him do that again. I don't think Woodard will ever let him do something like that again. It was very. Did I just say Robert Woodard? Well,
he is a Tar Heel.
He is a Tar Heel.
Well, I was just saying about Robert Woodard because you said that's the greatest performance by Jason DeCaro, and they said multiple times this week that he puts Woodard up there right next to him in the College World Series.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Forbes, Lord have mercy. But he had those moments, and when it came down to it, when they tied it 3-2, I said, "Is that balk really going to be the deciding factor in this game?" A freshman having that moment, but no.
He definitely had jitters. You could tell, it took him a little bit to get settled in, but when he did get settled in, he had 11 Ks in 7 innings. I think it was really just 2 mistakes. And again, credit USC. They made him pay for those mistakes. Like, that is one thing that USC did offensively was if our pitchers were making mistakes, they were not missing them. Like, off speed up in the zone, McDuffie and Glauber both were getting hit out of the ballpark. And that's what you have to do to beat a team like Carolina in a super regional on the road. And they did it. They all but did it. And Glauber, I think you're right, Case, and I think he did have some – I mean, he's a freshman. He's a 17-year-old freshman at that. Like, that was the one thing. And they not only that, they went to another freshman right after him in Rose. Like, we're talking about super regional Sunday, season on the line, and we have enough trust in those guys to just go out there and throw. And I think the balk was a little bit due to that. And, it was kind of just one of those weird things. He ends up striking out the side in the first. And if he doesn't have that balk, he puts up a 0. The crowd's probably completely, puts on the momentum for the crowd getting out of a jam like that in the first after getting yourself in it. But he does balk. They get a run. But other than that, he was lights out outside of those 2 mistakes. He was absolutely lights out. And I mean, what a freaking weapon he is. I mean, 25-0 when he pitches this year is just absurd for a team to have that kind of record behind a freshman arm. And yeah, just can't wait to see him pitch in Omaha because I think he's going to be one of the stars if Carolina goes on a run.
And I want to touch on, you said that USC capitalizing on UNC's mistakes.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, towards the later innings, UNC capitalized on USC's mistakes defensively, the defensive substitutions. I mean, some of the decisions by Sankiewicz I don't really get. I mean, he said post-game that Mason Edwards was not available. You're up 3-2. You need 3 outs. You have the best pitcher in the country on your team. You can't get him hot for 3 outs. That was puzzling. Huh?
Did he say why?
No, he just said he was unavailable. And like the way he said it was like, you're not going to ask why.
I will say, Carol, we noticed on our side, Lynch ran down there a couple of times, and I don't know if he was
Lynch was moving. Lynch was walking around.
I mean,
we could see him from more.
But he threw way more pitches than Edwards did.
And then I didn't understand the defensive sub to put I think it's Takuchi to center field. Got a third baseman playing center field, and then you don't have your starting third baseman out there for that pop up. I mean, and there's your season. And I just don't get. I think you should have left in Johnson too if you're him, and I'll give credit to the media in that room. They asked him some very, very tough questions because, I mean, your season is on the line and you made those decisions. Granted, he made those decisions to each of the previous two games. He made those defensive subs, but the Mason Edwards one, I just really don't understand. And on the flip side, I didn't get putting in McDuffie. I didn't get, in hindsight, it's very, very easy to say that was the right decision. But in the moment, I did not think McDuffie was going to go in that game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Case, and especially with the way Jackson Rose, I mean, he was dealing. I mean, he's dealt the whole NCAA tournament too. If that game goes into extra innings, Scott Forbes is probably scratching his head. Why did he not keep in Jackson Rose? But, a couple of things I look back on in the latter part of those innings yesterday, with Stankovic too, you talk on the substitutions and everything like that. But, pulling Adam Troy when it was a 3-0 count there too, when he's been your closer all season. I know I think the Nicholson foul ball near homer rattled him, and I think it rattled Stankovic too. You saw a couple of his next pitches. I mean, they weren't even close. Like he was just gripping them into the dirt there. But credit to Cooper Nicholson. That was a hell of a at-bat, 9-pitch at-bat to start the rally too. And then Carter French gets the 3-0 count. And they make the pitching change, and, he takes 2 strikes. And then he with a great swing, single to right field, and Nicholson with a great base running there to get the third too. And then, another thing that I'm looking at too is, after they don't catch the foul ball, and that was shades of Arkansas in 2018. After Owen Hull got to the 2-0 count, I told Kaysen,
you got to walk him.
You have to walk him.
Me and Reed both said in sync on that set when it was a 2-0 count. We literally said walk him. He's going to walk it off.
Walk him. That's what I thought too when they had the meeting there too. I was like, oh, he's probably telling him he's going to put him on because Jaden Nunez was on deck for North Carolina, who hasn't swung a bat in over a month. The freshman. So, I bet Stankovic, looking back on that today, has to be shooting himself in the foot. I mean, I sure as hell would take my chances. No disrespect to him, but, with the way Owen Hull had swung the bat all weekend, he was the only form of life for the offense all weekend for the Heels. I sure as heck would have taken. On a day where nothing seemed to be going right offensively, Owen Hull was the only answer. 3 for 26. Carolina was with runners in scoring position for the weekend, but they saved the most important one for last.
And on the flip side of that, that just goes to just how good of a coaching staff Scott Forbes has built, and Scott Forbes is a coach because he made the right chess moves.
Yeah.
And and
Well, he's been there
USC
before.
did
Right?
not.
Think about it. It really showed on the USC side. Like there was some panic. It was just a spot that they haven't been in, right? Like Forbes has been in these elimination games. He's been in super regionals the last 3 years. He's been in Omaha 2 years ago. He's been in Omaha many times under Fox too. Like he's been in dugouts where these decisions come up and they matter. And he was calm. He was composed. I think USC completely panicked over there. And I agree with you. I think they should have. What I thought at first they were trying to do was kind of pitch around Owen Hall and walk him unintentionally, but intentionally, if you know what I mean, like kind of make him maybe
Absolutely.
something.
Absolutely.
And then you just leave up you get him out basically, and you just don't you don't catch the foul ball, which, whatever, maybe you were in the shift a little bit, but like at that point, like maybe that was a chase pitch. I didn't really see. I mean, it didn't look like an overly
change up. Yeah, it was like a change up in on
kind of got it
on his hands. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like, I don't know, dude. It was just one of those things. Like you're right. Nunez was on deck. You probably take your chances with him, even though the run gets 90 feet closer. The winning run.
But that doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. But I mean, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but it definitely, you take your chances there, 100% with Nunez. And man, Hull was just on the barrel all day, and like it was really weird because from my seat, that ball was hit so hard, and then like I saw it on the broadcast, and I was like, that looked like a pop fly, like to left field. But like
off the bat,
he barreled
off the bat. I thought it was a pop fly. Off the bat, I thought it was a pop fly.
On the broadcast too, when you watch it, it doesn't look like it. He really got a hold of it though, because I mean he went to the warning track. But
if they're not playing shallow there, that ball is called.
Yeah, and we talked about it, Reed. Like they were shallow to probably cut down the run because you had to. It's a winning run, but nonetheless, Owen Hull, what a moment! I mean, just pure pandemonium.
4 doubles.
Having more craziness at the Bosch magic, whatever you want to call it, and it was just, I mean, something that Reed, we're going to remember for a long time.
Yeah,
so that's all I got on it, but. Had a great time with you guys as well afterward. It was really good to just celebrate after last year, Reed, for our sake. Like I mentioned,
that beer had been a long time in the waiting. It certainly seemed like it was going to be another year.
Yeah, went to He's Not Here after the game. It was an awesome time. Appreciate Kaysen showing out, even though, he's not fully a Tar Heel, as we know. But, hey, it's good to see the Carolinas do well.
I agree. We still got baseball to cover.
Yeah. So
looking forward.
What a weekend, though. What a
very much. I want to say thank you to UNC, top tier hospitality. Reed, it was just phenomenal food, phenomenal people. Everyone there was so nice to us. Very, very caring, very nice. Gave us every opportunity to succeed. We needed to. And Reed probably ate 18 Klondike bars in the last 2 weeks.
I don't know about that, but yeah, thank y'all to Carolina for the incredible hospitality all weekend, the past 2 weekends.
And I also want to say thank you to everyone watching, all our followers. We would not have that opportunity without each of y'all's support. Everyone's follows, likes, comments. It means the world to us. Me and Reed started this in a library at East Carolina University, and then we were there covering the Super Regional, listening to Scott Forbes and Owen Hall talk about going to Omaha. So it was a pretty cool moment for me and Reed both. And yeah, we got a whole lot of stuff coming for you. That's the summer. We're going to reevaluate. We're going to kind of do a self-scout on our own self and get better. This was a phenomenal year too of coverage in person. Going to do more of that next year. Hope you guys like the videos. But yeah, do you guys want to do something later in the week, or what's your guys?
I think we could. I'm not sure, to be honest, yet. Maybe we preview just the Friday games or something. But I would be willing to. I mean, at the least, we're going to have a postseason show and a final rankings, which we can pretty much start working on that now because Carolina's going to be one, and then
I want to. My plan right now is to go up until around NFL training camp, right when football starts.
Yeah.
Around the end of July. I really want to get into the transfer portal and get on that, and we can talk about the season right up until the start of football, because that's when, I mean, down here in the South where we are, the world stops for college football and NFL. So we will get up there, and then also this summer, want to get prepared for fall ball, get into that, because that is a big thing. It's hard to cover for college baseball. So that's what we want to get into, because to give you guys that coverage, because not many teams have fall ball coverage outside of the big ones. So that's another plan for us for sure.
Yeah, do y'all want to touch on the other super regionals too here for a little bit?
You have the floor, sir.
All right, yeah, I guess we'll just start on the left side of the bracket. West Virginia, absolute dominant. I don't think there was a chance they were going to lose in that atmosphere. But I mean, credit to their pitching. I thought their pitching stood out to me on Friday and Saturday. Max Yell and Chance and Cole were spectacular, and it was just a party all weekend up in Morgantown, like you said, Case. And thoughts and prayers with anyone that was affected up on Randy's Ridge. But I mean, I think this West Virginia team has a good chance to win a national title. They're playing very good baseball right now.
Yeah, I think they're the fourth highest odds, which is crazy to think about. Just kind of looking with there's being 5 SEC teams in there. But I agree, Reed. Like, this is probably one of the more dangerous teams. They're going to have a ton of traveling fans, being it's their first time there. We know that fan base is strong. I've got some buddies that are going from West Virginia that have been waiting for this moment. They've been knocking on the door for 3-4 years now, and it's just been getting better and better and better. They've won 3 straight regionals, and they finally knocked the door down in supers hosting, which was just, I mean, you look at that one picture that before the storms happened, and it was just packed on the hill. Like, it was just an unbelievable scene there. And then you get one more country roads there before you all head to Omaha. And this is a very, very dangerous team. I wasn't sure how good they would be this year, kind of losing what they lost last year. I know they had a lot of talent the last couple of years, kind of going in and out. And you got to give credit to Steve Saban's there, the job he's done taking over for Maisie, and just not even losing a bit of a beat, and just really elevating this program to an every year regional, super regional level team. And now they're heading to Omaha, and you get a favorable matchup against Troy. It's not going to be easy, but I think I would not be shocked if it's them in Carolina or them in Ole Miss, in the winners bracket come Sunday. So I fully expect this West Virginia team to give a good effort in Omaha and possibly, win some games, if not the whole thing. So we'll see, but really proud of them as well. Just, I think they deserve it. Being there 2 years ago with that fan base in Chapel Hill, coming up just short there in that super regional. I'm really happy that they got to experience what they did this weekend.
Opening betting odds for that: the Troy Trojans plus 160, West Virginia minus 210, Ole Miss plus 135, North Carolina minus 175. Reed, on the other side, Alabama, Oklahoma is a pick'em, and Georgia, Texas as well is a pick'em. And Reed, our good friend Leo, you will be on scene, correct? He will be there, right, Reed?
Oh yeah. Leo has been at the regional. He was there for the super regional, and I think he bought his Omaha tickets in the 5th inning on Saturday.
Wow.
He jumped the gun.
But yeah, good for West Virginia. Good for you, Leo. Have a blast out in Omaha. Hopefully, I'll be joining you there on Friday.
Are you going, Reed?
Are you going?
I don't know. I had talks with my parents today. I don't know. It's like probably a 30 to 40% chance right now.
Is Sam going?
He wants to.
Oh, wow.
It's just might be an issue of work next week. So
Leo, make sure you go to Rocco's and run up a tab on the shots.
Yes. I need at least 5 Jellos out of Leo.
I did tell Leo that I would buy his first Jello shot when they punched their ticket to Omaha.
There you go.
Respect.
But yeah, no, I'll touch on Troy here too. What
Yeah,
an atmosphere it was down in Troy, too.
I
They only
told you it
hold
would be.
25. Yeah, they only hold 2,500 people. I think they had over 6,500 each game there. I think Skylar Mead said they would have had more, but the fire chief had to have a cutoff on capacity. But I mean, you saw fans just sitting in the football stadium, peering over, watching the game, and everything like that. But I think the biggest story for Troy has been Jake Boroff in the 8 hole. Came into the NCAA tournament batting like 215. He's hit 6 home runs this NCAA tournament, 18 RBIs. He had 2 in that game 1 against Little Rock, including a grand slam. I mean, Skylar Mead has done a terrific job with his team and this program.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I second that because, like I told y'all, I played them a couple years ago, and I came away really impressed with just the whole setup of their program down there, and just how like competitive they were with their dudes there. And I told y'all that outfield. See, they didn't have that seating when they were playing, but they were all out there with trucks and grilling and all this. I knew they would be ruckus out there, and they set it up really nice to host a super there. So I'm really impressed with them, and I'm really happy that they get to go to Omaha too. Because I mean, shout out for a mid major program to go. Is that third straight year we got a mid major? Fourth?
Coastal last year, or Coastal
Murray
Murray last
State.
year. 23. Who was in 24? No,
24
no
was
one in 20.
24 was
No
not.
one,
So 2
because it was
years.
all SEC and ACC.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Oral made it in 23.
23,
22.
yeah. No,
22?
they were 23. They were 23 with Wake.
Okay, you might be right. But 24 was the one was split half and half, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
22 was the
24
one.
was I got it up right. 24 was 24 was Tennessee, Florida State, North Carolina, Virginia, Kentucky, NC. Yeah, it was split half and half.
Yeah.
And then last year had 2. This year 1.
Yeah.
So
Love the mid majors when they get to Omaha. So I'll be cheering for Troy for sure. But it's kind of hard because I have a soft spot for West Virginia too. So, and then obviously Carolina's on that side. So we'll see. But hopefully they do.
Yeah,
well.
I think Troy can win some games in Omaha. If that offense keeps going the way they've been since they lost that opening game to Miami, they absolutely can win games this weekend.
Also,
Into
Tobin,
next
are you
week, too.
satisfied? I know there's the SEC, but I mean, this is a different crop of SEC teams than over the last 3 years.
Well, it always pains me when the SEC gets a ton of teams in. That's a story for a different day. But no, I mean, there's still SEC teams. No.
So
The only thing I'm glad about is they get to all knock each other out.
So even if South Carolina makes it, you'll be mad?
No, that would be good for the Carolinas, for us.
Hey, this is 3 straight
If
years.
Missouri makes it, I'll root for them.
I said it in our video read. 3 straight years doing curveball. There's a Carolina team in there.
Yeah, awesome.
So, huge for the program indeed. And we've had 1, 2, 3.
We've had 4 total.
4 total. 3
Four
different
total,
teams.
yeah.
3 different teams. Yep. Wow. Impressive. Down year from the Carolinas this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've taken a step down each year, unfortunately. But I think the opportunity is there for next year with some of these teams. So, and also, I mean, we don't know where coaches are going to be at this point. I mean, has there been any news about Schnall? I feel like there's something, and then it goes dark.
I mean, all the headlines today was on Forbes, bro.
Yeah.
My thing is with it, if Schnall was going to South Carolina, I feel like it would have been wrapped up this past week.
It would have been wrapped up last week because you got to get kids.
Right. But with all the portal announcements, which is a story for a different day with Coastal, I'm not sure. It makes me feel like that he is leaving.
I think he's gone. With like all the guys that have been in the portal these last few days, like
it's interesting for sure.
Yeah.
It's worrying.
Luke Jones today,
and a name that Reed's heard, as well as I've heard confirmed. If he does leave, East Carolina assistant Jeff Palumbo in talks to go there. East Carolina, Reed, might as well touch on it. East Carolina did lose Austin Knight to Tennessee. Josh Elander, I thought was pretty wild because me and Steven talked to the Tennessee 247 guy, Ben McKee, super nice guy, after they were eliminated by VCU, and he says, y'all got some of the best pitching I've ever seen. Who is your pitching coach? And Steve and I said Austin, and Steve and I said it's Austin Knight, and we just had that conversation. Then 4 days later,
that's wild. I didn't.
Wild. But
good for him.
Austin Knight's done a heck of a job at ECU, and you cannot pass up on this. I mean, he does have SEC ties. He started his coaching career at Vanderbilt. He does have SEC ties, and I mean,
didn't he play at Troy?
Huh?
Didn't he play at Troy? Or
I think so, yes. But I know he was an assistant. He started coaching at Vanderbilt, and Braxton, I know you can touch on this as knowing coaches. I mean, that's an opportunity that you simply cannot turn down. But then me and Steve were talking about how it is also a big risk because, I mean, how secure is Elander? I mean, if they have the same result as this past year, next year, I mean, Elander might be canned.
Yeah, they're going to be on his neck if they don't win a regional next year, I would, or at least host. Yeah. I think that's a fair point to make in terms of Austin Knight, but you're certainly right. I mean, I don't know what the details are or anything like that or what happened, but when Tennessee comes calling, I think that's one you've certainly got to consider, despite beating Tennessee this year in a regional at ECU. But certainly a good opportunity for him. So happy for him to kind of take that. But I will be very interested to see how he does, because Tennessee is a program, like you said, they do need to kind of turn around, especially on the pitching side of the ball, because one more year, like you said, with Elander, if they don't win a regional, I think he will be gone, and they'll be begging Vitello to be back. So,
Reed, I hope you're alive down there.
Reed's having an attack.
Reed's having a cough attack. You all right, Reed?
Yeah.
Down the road.
And Reed, on the flip side of that, ECU responds quickly, hiring all-time great at ECU, Jake Agnos, to be the pitching coach, which I think played a major factor in retaining a whole bunch of those guys on the pitching staff. Doesn't have a whole lot of coaching experience, but has a lot of experience on the mound. American all-time strikeout leader, one of the best to ever put on the East Carolina jersey. So, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I love the in-house promotion. I think he's going to do an excellent job. We kind of had touched on that a few weeks ago, Kaysen. If Austin Knight were to ever lead, who would they got? Would they promote Agnos? And that's what Cliff did. And I'm really confident in the job he's going to do with that program.
Also want to touch on – go ahead, Braxton.
No, go ahead, because I'm going to shift gears.
I was shifting gears too.
To the right side of the bracket.
I really want to talk about Georgia and Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. First, before we get that, also one other coaching thing. Curious what's going on there at NC State. Are they going to hire the right state guy? Because I feel like they've got the whole team in the portal. There's been talks of Palumbo going to NC State as well. I know we're getting into portal talk, but that just some of the coaching is just trying to get ironed out right now, which just kind of has my attention right now. But yeah, we can get into Mississippi State, Georgia. Braxton, I think if I went out there and I stuck my bat out, I think I could get a home run.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, dude, it was. I mean, we were watching the game on the way to what game was it? Was it Saturday?
It was every game.
Saturday. No, I know. Game one was Saturday, right, for their series?
Yeah.
And, I mean, dude, we pulled up to the Bosch, and every time we checked our phone, there was another home run. And then it was the same way on Sunday, and it was just like, dude, I had the worst FOMO just, not watching this game. Or, trying to, keep up with it, but also just not on my couch watching it. And, I mean, just what a incredible experience for those fans to see. If you're Mississippi State, it's kind of gut-wrenching, to play that well offensively, but to just give up that many blasts as well on the pitching end. And, I think if Mississippi State was matched up against pretty much anyone else, they could have had a really good shot here to get to Omaha. So it's kind of unfortunate, and I'm sure their fans will be complaining about, we had to play Georgia. It's like, well, we've been over this. Like, you play who you play. You don't always get.
Y'all don't want to reseed the
Little
super regionals?
Huh?
Yeah,
Y'all don't want to reseed the super regionals?
Hell no. I would have, if Carolina would have played Mississippi State, I would have been happy. I would have welcomed them. Reed would have been hesitant.
No, I think just pitching matchups is completely different to what Georgia throws and everything. And that field is, like you said, just a magnet to anything that goes out in the air. I mean, what was there? 25 home runs in the 2 games, super regional record.
Yeah, Daniel Jackson, man.
Yeah, he is a stud.
I mean, I was looking at some of his numbers the other day. This dude, he arguably has had one of the greatest seasons of all time. Yeah. Mind you, he's a catcher. He's catching every game too. Like, man, that is, how unheard of that is to hit 397, whatever it is. What, 32 bombs, like 85 RBIs. And he also doesn't strike out. Like,
and he has like 30 stolen bases too on the
year. Yeah, he steals bags. It's like, dude, what is going on?
Terrier.
We're not talking.
He's a Walford Terrier.
Yeah. No, that was the other thing that I took away from the series. The amount of Carolina's transfers that were in, like, you got Daniel Jackson, Ryan Wynn. I know Scott Newman's on Georgia too. Who was the other one? There was another guy on Georgia. Oh, obviously Noah Sullivan on Mississippi State.
Michael O'Shaughnessy Davidson.
Like, that's awesome. I mean, we're talking about multiple former Curveball guys playing in a big time SEC series that are just making a name for themselves. They go in the portal, they get paid probably to go to these schools, and they're making big time plays in a super regional. So I just thought that was really cool. But yeah, I mean, what a freaking series, man.
Unbelievable series, actually. Just ridiculous.
I think it was better. You think that was better than Carolina series? I was probably to watch, but
I mean, no. I mean, no, because I like the baseball that I watch.
Yeah, I agree.
That tense than home run derbies. That's my preference personally.
Yeah, I think if you get a game 3 there, then maybe. But I thought Carolina series was tremendous to watch.
My favorite baseball, low scoring, small ball, safety squeeze, runs like that. I mean, just shit like that. I don't like the just hacking at it all the time. That's fun every now and then, but Reed, I know you love that SEC ball.
No, I do not. But I do look forward to watching the Georgia-Texas game in Omaha next Saturday. Texas looked pretty impressive against Oregon. Credit, they had a nice rally there in the 8th inning last night, late to win that game. I forget who had the game-winning hit for them. But I mean, their closer, an absolute stud. His last name's blanking on me. But that matchup is
Texas is going to be tough to beat with.
Yeah, their pitching and the way they've been offensively too. And I just wonder if Georgia's game's going to translate to Omaha too. Yes, I know they're probably going to hit some home runs too, but I mean, historically in Omaha, the wind is always blowing in. It's a deeper ballpark. It's a pitcher's ballpark. And my biggest worry for Georgia, do they have the pitching to get to the national title or possibly win it all?
Yeah, they're going to need Aoki to throw some big innings. That other Friday starter they had, he needs to be better. But going back to Texas, I really want to see a Red River matchup on that side. That would be electric because this Sooner team is hot as anybody. I know we haven't got to them yet, but we can go ahead and get to them now. I fully expected them to go into Kansas and win that series, and that's exactly what they did. What did they win? 12-2 yesterday or today? I guess they finished up
13-2, I think.
Yeah, I mean, just so impressive for them to go through Atlanta like they did, then head out to Lawrence and just absolutely dominate the Super Regional here. You remember, you go back to 2022, their national championship run where they lose to Ole Miss. Funny enough, we could have a rematch of that in the final. But this Sooner team, I would not be shocked if they come out of that side. I would not be shocked one bit.
I told Kaysen yesterday, I think I told you too, Braxton, it's kind of reminding me of 2022.
Yeah.
Ole Miss obviously went on the run. I mean, granted, they were a last four team in that year, but, Oklahoma, really struggled to end the regular season in 22. They win the Big 12 tournament to get in. They win the Gainesville Regional, and then they go to Blacksburg, win that Super Regional, and then all the way to the national title before they fell short to Ole Miss. But certainly feeling like that just a little.
Yeah, I would agree. It's going to be some great baseball this weekend. I cannot wait for it. Like you guys said, I think Texas is going to be a tough team to beat, absolutely. But I mean, I hope West Virginia and UNC play. I think that would be an absolute just phenomenal game.
They're going to want to play us too. Believe me.
Yeah,
absolutely.
After 2 years ago.
After what Bubba did to them too last year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't even think of that too. I did see something on
all
Twitter about that.
That's all their accounts get.
Yeah.
What are they saying?
Anything on?
They're just throwing pictures of Bubba on there and be like, "We're coming."
Never forget.
Yeah.
Never forget what you did. Anything on Alabama? Even though they've had probably the easiest run to Omaha of all time.
Their fans are a joke.
Yeah, I mean, credit to them.
How can you not pack out a super regional? I don't get it.
Credit to them. Their first time in 30 years or something going to Omaha. But, I mean, they by far had the easiest path of any team to get there.
No disrespect to the Spartans, but yes, they did have an easy path to get there.
Yeah, and they shouldn't have been a top 8 seed. I'll stand by that.
Actually, they did play.
They did. They had a shot to win. They had a shot to win.
Look, Bama. I mean, look, give Bama credit. They've played well. I'm a little harsh on them, but I think it's a joke that their fans can't show up. I mean, what do we do? Like, you can't sit there and brag about baseball when you can't even fill out your stadium in a super regional environment. So,
I fully expect them to go 0-2. We'll see if I'm wrong, but that's my bold prediction for them all.
It's just gonna be like an SEC series for them. Like, who do they play? They play
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, yeah. I like Oklahoma there for sure. But you never know. Shout out to the Johnnies too. Super regional run. Can't be mad about it as a 4 seed. Shout out to the Johnnies.
Didn't Alabama and Oklahoma play in the playoff this year?
They did.
In the college football playoff?
Yes. Yeah. When Oklahoma blew that lead.
They choked. And then Alabama got steamrolled by Indiana the next
game. Texas played Georgia, or was that 2 years ago?
2 years ago, right?
Did Texas not play Georgia this year?
No, they played them in the SEC championship 2 years ago.
That might be right.
Who was in the SEC title this past year?
Interesting.
Bama, Georgia, probably. I think it was Bama, Georgia. I remember it.
It was Bama, Georgia.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Because I remember watching it in a restaurant.
Because didn't Gunnar Stockton's head get knocked off his shoulders at the goal line? Remember that? Where he was
that was definitely 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago he was hurt. Or no, Carson Beck got hurt.
Well, they both got hurt.
They both got hurt. See, guys, this is the problem. When it gets closer to fall, football just comes out.
I mean, when you have 4 football schools in the baseball, right? We're not used to seeing obviously SEC they go both ways, but we're used to seeing UCLA teams like that in Omaha or Oregon State. We get Bama, we get Georgia this year, which is 2 teams that haven't been to Omaha in 15, 20 years.
Alabama hasn't been since 99, I think.
Yeah, Georgia was 08.
Since 2008, was it?
8, yeah.
It's been 20 years since we've had that kind of football type program. Obviously, Texas is a very, very prestigious baseball program. Oklahoma, we talked about their run. Ole Miss, they won a natty. But then the other, Carolina, obviously, and then the 2 newcomers is awesome too. So, do we want to do picks or are we saving that? I say we go ahead and do them.
I say save them. We could do a quick one on Thursday.
Okay, well.
I'll say mine. I don't give a damn.
I'm saying mine because I don't think I'm going to be here Thursday, so I got to work.
I'm gonna say I got UNC Texas national championship.
I like that. That's probably mine too, but I'm gonna go UNC in Oklahoma. I'm falling in love with the Sooners again. I do. Texas has been kind of the team that I've leaned towards all year in making a run at this thing, but let's play the hot hand. Let's go Carolina versus Oklahoma, and I'll go Carolina. I think
I will say though, if West Virginia is still scorching hot, I mean, they could win it all. I mean, they are like floating right now, hot. So, I mean,
I think the biggest key for them, they can't let the moment get too big next weekend. First time being in Omaha, they might just be there to take in the experience and everything like that. But I mean, if they play the baseball they have the past month, I mean, they are a threat to win it all.
I would agree.
What's your pick, Reed? Go ahead and give it.
I'm not going to give my overall national title pick, but I think it'll be Carolina versus Texas too.
Respect, Tobin.
I think
Texas will play Georgia in a winner take all, but I think Georgia will just run out of pitching.
Who do you think will be like Carolina's breakout player for this College World Series? I would say 2 years ago it was Honeycutt for sure.
I mean, was it? I mean, I know he had a great tournament, but I mean, everyone knew. I mean, he was a.
No, I don't mean. I just mean like who will have the best tournament.
Oh, okay.
Not like that.
I think I got to stick with Caden Glover. I mean, I think he'll be a huge part for Carolina in Omaha if they want to win a national title.
Yeah, I like it. I was going to say probably. I mean, you could go Owen Hole, but like, I'm going to say Schaffner. I think he has a big tournament, just leading off there, and then maybe Gallagher too. But I think Schaffner is such a great player. And Carolina did just get a huge commit during the week as well at shortstop to kind of replace him next year from William and Mary. But I think Schaffner's going to have a really, really good tournament for them to do well, especially defensively too, because that's one of his strong suits.
Yeah,
I agree. I'm going to go with Paulson as mine. I mean, he's just been an absolute monster at first base for them, and
he's a dog.
It's a doubles park.
Yeah,
he has a lot of doubles. So that is my pick to click. Reed, anything else, sir?
No. Yeah, maybe we'll be back for a little more of an Omaha preview, or maybe next Monday. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it is the rest of the week, and we can play it by ear.
I mean, Reed can't join us. He's going to be on a flight.
Yeah, maybe I'll have a
Tobin,
little live from.
Considering it?
Yeah.
No, like actually.
Yeah, I'm not lying.
I believe him.
Wow. You should apply for credentials, Tobin.
It would be better for me to go. I mean, knock on wood. It'd be better for me to go next week if they got to the national title. It's so hard to plan for Omaha too. I mean, just such short notice, to take off and everything like that.
You don't have to. You can just go for the first weekend.
Yeah, you know what? That's what I told y'all yesterday. I think we just need a year in advance. Just buy plane tickets when they're cheap. Buy some insurance for it, and then if no Carolina schools are there, we just cancel it.
Because it's just that easy, Tobin.
I think. I mean, even if you're buying plane tickets a year in advance in the month of June to Omaha, it's still
exactly.
Yeah, you look in August or something like that.
No, Tobin. No.
When does the College World Series happen every year, Tobin? When does it happen?
June.
Okay.
Exactly.
And you're going to buy a plane ticket in June when the tournament's going to be there. You think the price is going to change? just because you
I
might
think
have
it. I think it will certainly. Yes, absolutely,
I know, Tobin.
It might.
absolutely.
Maybe Tobin knows everything. So
Tobin, the College World Series does not move.
I know that, but plane tickets,
probably right. Tobin knows.
I guarantee you, plane tickets are cheaper 10 months
They're
in
probably a
advance
little bit
than they are 4 days before it starts.
Well, yeah.
I disagree. I think it stays the same because they know. I mean, Tobin, it is the same exact thing. Like when my parents were coming to go for my college graduation, they looked in October for May, my weekend of graduation. Hotels were quadruple the price.
I think it's a big difference between a college graduation and Omaha.
But Tobin, the event doesn't change. The event is on the same day. Tobin.
I don't know. That's a debate for another day. We can
Let us know in the
talk about
comments.
this stuff.
Let us know in the comments.
Braxton, whose side are you on?
I mean, no, I agree. Like, I understand where Tobin's coming from, but I also just don't think that it's going to be that big of a difference. I think if you're going to try to go to Omaha, if you're trying to get a flight to Omaha when the College World Series is the week of the College World Series, you're going to be paying a pretty penny. Like, it is what it is. Okay, this is the greatest show on dirt, as they call it.
Absolutely. So, hey, Tobin, just use the company card.
Yeah, exactly. That will cover it all.
All right, boys. I think that'll do it. Great show. That was a whole lot of fun. Looking forward to baseball this weekend. Going to have a lot more shows for you the rest of the summer, so we ain't going nowhere. So look forward to more content out, and we will see you soon. Good night.